love this. Getting the party started. On the T side will be Heroic. What's the strat? What's the call? What's God Hunden got his minions up to today?
5 sets of armor here, unusual in the current meta, a Counter-Strike, but we see them do it often, and Jax, he's got to deliver straight away.
Oh, the backward bounce! It's so hard to hit the head. Tessa's good movement inspired by
What?
They're all bouncing. Borup is the only one to fall. This has started fantastically. They could even pivot heaven here. They've got Cadian outside.
These guys are playing a game that just looks so different to what I'm used to, and I'm so excited to see a new brand of Counter-Strike almost. All these quirky little ideas. Now, Hunter, though, seems to be expecting that bit of pressure coming from ramp, already positioning well.
Yeah, they descend to the low side. It's actually Cadian that can be the influence here. If he just chills, he could get a double. Their attention's drawn. Now is the time to strike. He's not good. Nexa is finding just the one. It's Tessus to take over this round. He started with a first onto Heaven. Nico exposed. Hunter can totally take this. It's a 1 versus 1 now. Tessus already low. Hunter so precise with his USP. No armor, though. If Tessus can hit that first shot, that's a distinct advantage for the T.
Tessus as well. Proactive in this, right next to the door. Oh! This brand of Counter-Strike from Heroic is something new. They put a little bit of twist of lemon or lime on this. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say spicy, but let's go for the citrus. I mean, that was acidic.
That is,
it really was.
That's some saucy business right there. Now, look, I want to get this one out very, very early. Heroic against FaZe did this round after round after round. They nade open Squeaky, down Molotovs off towards main. You're going to get Tessus on the roof, throwing the Molotov towards Hunt. He's going to pump 2 flashes in towards that top site.
He had a round here. Let me see this last push. He pushes because he knows, right? He knows Hunter's going to want to play with that door again. Yep. He's going to have his fingers away from the trigger. And now, again, Borup bouncing into the ramp room and Jack's forced to fall off. He's having a nightmare. Uh-oh. Nexus backing him up. That MP9, the element of surprise, keeps things level. This force bite, a heavy investment from G2. They put all of their eggs into this basket, just round 2.
Yeah, Tessa still spots out. Another Kenny-S goes down. That's Nico on the case, and Cadian straight up towards upper. This pressure is everywhere. They are just flooding this map.
Yeah, and I'm looking to see where that smoke does land. Safely thrown from heaven. Nico smokes onto the top side, making things awkward. Hut covered. Amanek playing that T-side vent. But the bomb is the primary objective, and you can see that's in the hands of Nico. A slow descent, perhaps, towards the lower side. Nexa was revealed there, and has since relocated. You can see he's now just clearing outside. By calling it clear, though, perhaps some false information, perhaps the rotate coming in. Yeah, you can see the vent drop. They are on their way. And this slow approach from Heroic will mean that their defense is present. Cadian's on a flank again. This lurk happened before in secret. Now he's doing it again. They're pivoting top site. Cadian's called it clear. But Hunter, just in the nick of time, does manage to find him. He is the only one there right now. Nico, we're taking some risks. If he gets this bomb down, he should be able to stabilize. It's getting a little sketchy, though. 3 SMGs roaming. Make it 2. The CZ, a pocket SMG, and that's the problem resolved.
Yeah, Hunter wasn't able to get his hands on that Mac 10, unfortunately, and he will just be saving this CZ75 and the head armor that he's netted, carrying that through to the next round. So, look, in every single round, besides the pistol round, Heroic, with that little setup I was telling you about, conditioned FaZe to make it difficult for their rotations. You hear me talking about this almost every single time, but the 2 most important players on the CT side to deal with rotations is your yard player and your swing player. And the swing player... What?
What are the on himself. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, the giggles.
Oh, you didn't have to call me out.
Giggles are fine. It's all right.
My fancy water jug has it makes like a dolphin sound when I drink, so I have to mute my mic, and I've just dribbled everywhere.
That's all right.
Okay.
I dribble on myself on the airplanes and all that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, yeah.
When you sleep, my jaws
open,
I wake up,
a very key component.
I have a wet patch in my lap, and I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah, you should see me. For some reason, I think ordering a red wine on a plane is really smart, and the amount of clothes I've had to just discard after turbulent red wine situations.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I'm also a very clumsy human, so combine the 3, it's really a recipe for disaster. And so is this round for G2. I mean, the fact of the matter is that they have only brought a couple of sidearms and a little bit of Kevlar, so more of the objective here is get Cadian as many as he can. Probably want to see that bomb out of his grasp, but the fact he's fanning around in spawn, nothing to worry about just yet. Looking like some late outside smokes and a walk inner. A stack, though, very nice stack from the CTs. If they just go for any sort of all-in here, that could be costly. Gonna go the outside smokes, 1 remaining for the cross.
This should be pretty neat and tidy here.
Should.
Or the
The
rotate.
operative word.
Yeah, they have the vent rotation covered, right? So you can see the spam going through. The smokes is to force the CTs to move around a little bit, and Hunter's actually pushed in towards Hunt. Now we're at 55 seconds, so still plenty of time left on the clock. A close Molotov here to flush anybody out. It's exactly that.
Yeah, sound cues galore. CTs are in the right place, so there is danger, but it looks like very well aware here from the T's. Very meticulous in approach. A little bit of threat from Kenny, but other than that, all pretty much well-rounded.
Yeah, it's gone on wonderfully, and the only weapon they lost is a MAC-10,
that's
so
nice.
nothing to complain about.
Have a nice day.
Nice setup. He's got the mini fridge. There's Cadian looking like the only adult.
He's got a dresser. That's how you know.
Yeah, he's got storage solutions. You know, you don't have storage solutions. when
Oh
you're
my
19.
lord. Okay. He's trying for his best Zantara's impression there with how close to Nico's getting to the screen.
I don't know. I need to talk to all of our gamer boys and explain to them the MySpace angles and just explain, like, you really...
MySpace
Give it up.
angles.
Taking
Up
your
and down.
selfies from under your chin is never a good play, boys. Never a good play. It's a little higher.
Ooh, Nico.
He's off for something.
Oh, this is quite... I love this. Look at how far ahead he's gone.
Oh, I like the angle from Hunter, though. That is really unpredictable. Will go 1-for-1, and if Amanek falls, that's a huge spray control. I think it was Tessa's to convert. Kenny only with the AWP, you'd have to hit that tiny glimmer of a head just above the vent. Bomb to be planted. We got ourselves a 3v3.
Bomb now down. Kenny, Jackson, Nexa. Finding any step back. These young players are crazy to watch. Now, Jax having to kind of approach the lobby, but there are two players, mostly Stown here, keeping it safe over by Squeaky, but no one's offering anything up here. The D's are just holding nerve. This is all but done, it feels.
Yeah, I mean, look at the fact of the matter that should they lose this, they'd be staring at a 5-0. And they can't really take that risk, especially with the AWP on the retake. They are just looking to maintain. And that's the frag they were hoping for. Any of those exits, making things costly. Just Tessus on the way out. Stown and Borup safely evacuate. But that's 4-0, and this is T-side Nuke. This is exactly the dream start Heroic would be hoping for on their map pick.
So just to kind of give everybody at home an understanding of what happened in that round and the ruse for the CTs, the smokes that went for the secret cross forced Nexa, who was the main player, to drop down the vent to deal with the rotation to the lower side, which means there was nobody keeping eyes on main other than Hunter, who was playing it from a little bit of a weird off angle on that Tetris box. Kenny couldn't see the walk into main, and he also couldn't see the cover across the secret. So now they have to respect the fact that if those smokes come out again, it could be a ruse, it could be a fake, or they could just be going down secret. And always at the start of these rounds, with this Molotov top hut that you're seeing and the smoke that's limped in front of the vent just here that you'll see from Hunter's POV, they could always be dropping lower. So that is something that Stown will be looking for or looking to do later in the game.
See if the switch up happens. Let's see how they approach the outside now. CT's feeling like a step behind every single way. New little smoke comes in, eliminates further vision. Nexa is still about though, so that's maybe the difference maker, but he is very passive to this. Tessus is already pretty far ahead, watching a lower doorway, and that's it. What
that's the bomb, Cadian.
Angle. Oh, Cadian, please be careful.
Oh dear, this could be a real difficult one to recover from. Not if Nico removes the AWP. He has access to lower now, and if he can take that space, it'll have huge benefits to his team in the long run. Tessus, a hard job. He's regrouping up with Borup, maybe even Nico responsible for main. Jax has found a ratty little line to catch the cross. Trying to flush out Nexa. He's done well to put some damage on him. God, this is a weird round. This has got some funky Counter-Strike all over the shop. Nexa takes one from the grave. Martyrdom perk. Picks himself up something late. 3v2 though.
The map feels so different when the bomb's the main thing
In
they're
Warehouse,
fighting over
yeah.
on Warehouse, right? It changes those lines, but Hunter's still keeping his safe. Tessus goes down, trying to consider towards ramp. Stown now trying to make something out of this. Bear in mind, Nico's still there. He had that success towards lower on, towards Kenny earlier on. So down they go as the duo. Amanek and Hunter are going to have to play catch-up, but they're going to hear and note what's going on.
They do have a smoke and 2 flashes for the retake right here. There will be a safe plant behind the back of the silo, and Nico staying in the decon door, having to deal with this rotation. This frag could be everything right here.
His timing will define his success. 2 of them, if they swing into him, he's got an advantage for the first, and oh, that's neat. That's tidy, and that's the highest rated player of Heroic, showing us exactly why. 5 for Heroic to start us off. I'm starting to believe. You got Tessus on 10. Stown hasn't yet to contribute. I mean, you've just had a fantastic one of your individuals, the one you mentioned the least, but why is his name ringing a bell, Chad? I think did he stand in for someone else? He was like a Danish name, maybe it was just...
Stown?
No, the Tessus.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he was. Yeah, look, he was floating around for a little while there, but
whispered about.
There was a bunch of them, right? There's always, we had Mertz for a little while. Tessus is another one. All these names, they were kind of like limp in. They didn't have immediate success, and then they get thrown back out. But as I said, this is a team right now with Hundun in here as a coach. He's played with basically the entire Danish scene. He knows exactly what all these pieces can offer. And back to the safe pair of hands point, all of these individuals know the fundamentals of Counter-Strike and what they should and shouldn't do, right? So that means that you don't need to rely on your Stown to go off because everybody can do what they need to do in the team.
And they're CSGO natives as well, which as you'll find yourself seeing a whole lot more of. But there was no previous CS to create any bad habits or expectations. These guys were born and raised in the server that they play on today. Round 6, first map, second game, 5th day of ESL 1 Cologne.
I find this amazing.
Oh, I love an auto shotty, Lauren. I do.
Yeah, we'll see where he gets put. I'm sure we can guess. Let's see what Jax is up to.
He's going for a peek.
Pacey here, looking through, has a little peek. Oh, actually not where I expected, on ramp.
Stown descending loudly. And I just want to check who's responsible. There is Jax that's leaving ramp. Okay, so his responsibility, the call has been made. Not the dream weapon to be dealing with Stown. He's going to have to find some sort of corner that will work for him. Stown doesn't have to rush anything. His presence alone has forced the CT to respect it. He's pulled one away from wherever the majority of his squad, which does seem to be an outside cross. You have to remain silent, though. Even a scope would be comms for Nexa.
As I said, has to keep it quiet for now. Nico leading the way. We've seen a couple of different looks towards this outside hold from G2, so they have to be playing it right. Sound made, down they go, but Nexa, oh my word, that's a freebie and a half. Surprised he got away with that.
Yeah, that's not going to feel good for Heroic. Those sound cues felt almost unnecessary. You were nearly there. Jax, we talked about his angle. We said it wasn't ideal. Hello. Door opens. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior?
4 up.
4 up. Tag from Kenny. Blows the forearm clean off of the aforementioned. Nade could catch Borov off. Doesn't. 2v2. Kenny, lucky to be alive. He's about to walk straight on through that smoke. He's trying to find the timing. Bomb ticking. Kits not present. This is a bit of a tough one. This is a Sophie's choice. You really want to go for this? Probably not anymore. A 10 HP AWP, not the retake. And he'll go ahead and save.
That was a 2v5.
Eshed? Really? Damn it, Alex.
He's been spending too much time in Germany, ladies and gentlemen. All
Only
right.
a couple that slip out. I said order when I was doing the League of Legends stuff, and now we're throwing out.
And you'll hear Stumpf, which means true.
Stumpf, nicht Stumpf.
Ich nicht verstehe, Junge.
Ah, ich verstehe nur Bahnhof.
All right.
That
well,
means I understand only train station.
Well, right now, I can tell you one thing I understand. If you want to take away what Heroic are doing, you need to bring in some unbridled aggression on the CT side. We need to either see a full yard control from the CTs, taking a fight, making sure they can't patrol around that area and go for rotations around the map, or push into lobby, push hut, push squeaky, push ramp, take the fights to completely deny this ruse that happens time and time again. We've seen so many different avenues 6 rounds into the game.
We have. They've just basically walked through their playbook, said which works. Oh, it all works. Okay. Very pretty deagle for Nexa. Maybe that skin will lead to the win.
I was looking at buying one of those. No, I was looking at buying one. They're very expensive, Chad. Really not worth it.
Indeed.
I'll wait for them to drop off and then buy it and remind myself I'm terrible at deagling, but maybe Nexa
Maybe next time.
can make me find a little love for the thing. And this is a little bit of a ring around the roses. These 2 players from the T side. Nexa so close by. So much interest in the way they're taking this outside area. So much variety in it.
Yeah, but by taking this control, the CT suddenly become vulnerable to everything. You have to be paranoid about your heaven if you haven't got a player there. Jax, he won't have all that info. He'll have to fall to ramp. That's also a gap he has to fill. Heroic, really forging quite a fierce T-side setup into the Deagles here. Previously, only lost their SMG purchase. Let's see if they can keep it as clean into the 7th as they did prior.
They're being smothered here, aren't they? The CT slowly but surely,
Jax,
just this strangling hold, getting closer and closer to the end. But obviously, Kenny is the danger man. But all these players in the right place can put those pistols in some really deadly situations. But surely, they know this.
You'd want that contact to be happening at the same time. You can see how impossible that is for Hunter, just as he has to address one side. The other hits him. That's a nice catch. Borup. Oh, Jax maybe wants to play some Counter-Strike here. Fakes it out. Picks up the AK. We're gaming.
Yeah, straight into this, and he's even got the follow-up. This is big now. Katie in the 1v1. He's got the job done. This scoreline suddenly is looking a little bit scary. 7-0, Chad, is quite a commanding score here.
Yeah, Danes and Nuke, they go together quite well. It's apparently people like Gin and Tonic, that goes together well. Nuke and Danes, I think it's a fair pairing.
It's quite funny, when you were mentioning how they were kind of trying to manipulate the rotations a little bit, the outside control, my mind obviously is still a couple of years ago, I think of Astralis and how they used to punish rotations, catch people in very uncomfortable positions, and that was their main goal. It's so exciting to see a younger version of this almost.
Yeah, and they're doing it in multiple different ways. It's not just those wall smokes towards Yard. The map has evolved and developed so much, and one of the key points that I noted today with ESL 1 Cologne online in Europe, Nuke is the most played map, 11 times.
Wow.
This will be the 12th. The next closest, I believe, was Mirage at 5.
It used to just be the unloved stepchild. It used to be, we'll play it, we'll do our outside smokes, and we'll
One
ball.
team's
like
really
it was,
good on it.
Yeah, but it wasn't dynamic, it wasn't investigated, and it's nice to see that the same map that's been in the pool now is starting to actually have new life breathed into it.
Brought?
Breath?
Blown? Blown into it?
No.
Breathed into it. It sounds so wrong, it sounds like
Yeah.
I've got a problem.
Well, we do have many a problem.
Absolutely, Chad Birchall. But for now, perhaps it's G2's problem we should address.
It's going to be a top hit. Look at this. They've already drawn the rotation of Nexa. He's down the vent. Everybody else ready to pile out Squeaky. We've got Nico outside covering off the rotation to come late through main. G2 don't know what to expect. They don't even know where they are.
Breathed?
Stop.
Really annoying me. Walking out.
Look how far ahead they get just by the little crowd. They're so ahead of where the CTs think they could be.
Oh,
What?
good shots.
Told you they're robots.
Yeah. I mean, the mechanics, they're certainly there. And when you've got everybody on form, it's an exciting prospect. This is the most exciting I've seen a heroic roster in a long time. And I've only seen
Since Freiburg was there, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but exciting for different reasons. The Frib
Freiburg.
certainly brings the hype, but this just looks like you've got all the right pieces. And I'm so glad that after Mad Lions made that terrible choice of removing Hunden, that we're seeing him, you know, nurture
found
new
a role.
talent. And it may be even a better suited role, considering his stats never aligned with his prowess in the leadership role.
Yeah. I think it's really nice to see someone put into that spot. We do see a couple of guns going astray. Festus holds his, and that's about it. Actually gets an AWP for the trouble too, not bad.
Yeah, denying that from Kenny here is going to be very important. We know the max loss bonus is in for those of you who aren't too familiar. If you've lost every single round in a row, you will be guaranteed that max loss bonus, but on the CT side, it's only 3,400. So round after round after round, that's all they'll be getting in the back pocket, and then that's how we get the vicious cycle. The partial buy, into a full buy, into a partial buy, into a full buy, having to save weapons. It gets very, very messy.
That was quite fun. I realized the tech line is viable again. I trusted you. Banging people out.
Yeah,
again.
that
When did
sound,
that come back?
when I hear it in my eardrums, it's basically Valve just constantly trying to
Switching. Ooh,
keep
pace.
everything competitive. In comes Tessus, full flash. That's very powerful. Might have been a team flash even, and it's actually cost them 2, maybe even 3. Not the first round, surely on the back of a team flash and a top hit into pistols. Down and Cadian to stabilize. They've got loads of time. They're not in any rush, but they do know that weapons. Oh, I like that boost a lot, Lauren. Look at that. They may even they'll be able to call the crop to vents as well.
That is incredibly powerful, isn't it? You get that amount of information?
And your friend's just watching the hut push, I imagine.
And who pre-aims that, I guess? When you come around that corner, that's not your...
Oh, he was watching Heaven.
Oh, we don't
cues.
love to see that. That's a bit of a problem. Cadian doesn't know where to look. Now he does. Still so paranoid of up top. Jax lets him have his life, but the flank comes in. Nex is there, and Nex is good enough for 2. Really well played. And I think you said at the start there, Alex, that team flash might have just caught him a bit. I think it was a team flash.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see a flash assist for the CTs, and it was Tessus who had the perfect weapon for the job, right? He's out early, ahead of the molly. Had he had vision, that hut player's dead. Jax hasn't got an AK. G2 don't have a round. It is just the smallest margins that separate rounds in Counter-Strike. And it's a pleasure to sit back and enjoy my evening watching those decisions be made by the very best. I hope you're enjoying the show.
All right, well, that's a bit of a freebie right there, which is going to allow G2 a potential buy in the next round, even if they lose this one right here. But the fumble from Heroic is you're 8-1 up. You're not going to be too disappointed. You can get one straight back on the board, and Nico, well, he's going to be straight down secret.
Okay, so you said compare them to Astralis. If this was Astralis, that's Glaive. Glaive gets himself down, he chills out, doesn't have to do anything else, and they'll slowly try and find that first pick. They're forced 2 down, just with Nico's
They forced all 5 down.
What the bloody hell?
This has to happen now. G2 need to start taking risks because they've been pushed and pulled all over the map. When they were sitting back in the default, they couldn't win a single round. This gear shift is very important. I spoke about aggression. Well, this is a gamble of a different kind.
They're getting the info. They're taking the info by force. They're pushing. Oh, Lauren. They're checking it, surely. That's at least one. He's not ready for more. Jax will neutralize the threat, and they no longer have to be so concerned about the lower site. It makes a lot of sense. They need to rotate someone up to that top site, though, because I imagine space is being taken elsewhere. Kenny's pushed up ramp. He has info lobby, but Tessus, he has the position, and so does Stown. If they just hit the brakes, this CT aggression is going to be met by the Danes. There's Kenny. This is going all the way down to the wire. We got a 2v2 with 30 seconds. Pressure's on the 2 Danes.
Bomb's not picked up. Oh, and Hunter's right there.
He's got the sound cue. He knows there's one towards T-Vent.
20 seconds left. Hunter notices the bomb is gone. He finds one on the way, and now the 1v1. Tessus hasn't gone for the plant yet. He's holding for a second.
Yeah, 15. Can plant safe. Hunter's just playing the clock perfectly, softens him up, starts the slow walk, right eye peek for him. Tessus the same. It's perfect from Hunter. Honestly flawless. And he picks up 3 in the round to secure the second for G2.
Now, the reason that looks so funky is because G2 needs to start playing outside of the current meta or outside of their tendencies, right? If they keep going back to what they do time and time again, well, Heroic clearly have their number. They're able to slip into the backlines in multiple different ways. We've already covered that within the first 10 rounds of the game. But by doing something completely unorthodox, which is what G2 did, I don't think I've ever seen a team on a CT-sided gun round where nobody has died rotate all 5 members into the lower site. Now, these are the type of plays that G2 had to do back, Lauren, when they first came together. Jax didn't speak a lick of bloody English when he joined the squad a year ago. They had to play Nuke by rushing lobby because they couldn't communicate properly. Now, those type of plays, they will be necessary in a game like this, especially to get them back on board. And once you've thrown that spanner in the works, which that round there kind of feels like it, you can go back to playing traditionally because Heroic, they need to now be questioning those type of moves. They have to be aware that they're on the table. But it's still very important for G2 to put together at least 3 to 4 more rounds here because, look, even 7 on the CT side of Nuke, that's not par for the course at the moment. You know, you're looking more for like a 9-6, something along those lines. There will be a low buy coming out here. Bunch of smokes. So we'll be seeing the yard smokes for the secret cross with conviction behind it. Bomb following. Lots of nades towards top. The protocol Molotovs to stop the hut and squeaky rushes. They're actually going towards ladder.
Kenny's going to get at least one tested with air stray from Nico, but not enough for Kenny to be dissuaded. This has been handled well so far. A bomb plant could be a possibility. However, at the moment it's loose. Thanks for the camera, Jakey.
Oh no.
Trying to fake it, draw the fights. Cadian baits the nade. Frag is everything. And Stown's got robotic reactions. He knows the bomb is safe. Well, he doesn't anymore. He heard the steps. Hunter's hunting. Appropriate. Timing again favors Stown.
How is he so good at this?
On for
When
an
you
ace
said he's
clutch.
a robot, I mean, you kind of bang on, right? Like, this guy's aim is so crisp. And yeah, 3 kills already, the last 2. If they're his, it's all good. But Kenny is up top, so he's certainly aware there could be a possibility, and Stown might be... Oh! Excuse me, who is this player?
HP, yo.
Okay, I guess at least he's got the AWP, I guess. I'm really looking for those fine margins here, but Kenny posted up on the site now. He hasn't backed away from this. He's kind of moved further in towards it, playing with the timing.
Smart.
This is nice from Kenny. I like this mobility, and he might just be able to watch that cross from Squeaky and Stown. No chance. Beautiful work from Kenny. 1 HP, super low. Still proactive. Still being the classic Kenny you want in those situations.
Yeah, because Stown's brain, he's sitting there like, okay, he's probably not still Heaven. He's going to have dropped, maybe playing Sight, and you can see that's where Kenny initially opted for. That's a duel Stown wins. The other, much smarter, low HP, and it really does convert a crucial round. That's caused another timeout. That's number 2. Cadian on the mic. Hundun as well, able to provide any additional insight.
So we might see them go back to something a little bit slower here. If the CTs are going to rotate around that much, based off of just a couple of smokes and a hint of a rotation, what Heroic can opt for here is pump the brakes after throwing the initial utility, right? You can still be throwing your yard smokes, you can still be dropping the stuff over towards Squeaky, and then kind of creep in and use that territory you have to find the CTs out. But like I said, this could be the point where G2 were just able to stabilize and play more of a traditional, more of a standard style, something they're more comfortable with here. Coming back into this, the guns will be out for Heroic. No AWP in the hands of Katie, and he has just opted for the Deagle here.
Jax. First time I've seen that sort of contact. Tester's going to lose his head over it. Katie might be considering, can I get that gun that was in play? And we're seeing a new look from Kenny too.
Finds his first target, knows there's more. Flash is deployed and another straight past his head. Good movement. They're trying to bait him down. Unfortunately, wasn't anticipating a partner in that ramp room. Jax and Kenny have held them at bay, and the calling from Nexa to turn these last few rounds around, it's been dynamic. The stacks ramp early, taking the AWP, realizing that outside isn't so much of a threat after they put 4 players down there.
It's been assertive play, right?
Yeah,
they've been taking the game, and they've been kind of driving the direction they want it to go on the CT side. Whereas the way that the Ts and the way that this map has evolved in the meta is that the Ts are the ones forcing the rotations. Well, if you can stop the rotations from even having to come on in, that's even better. And well, Next is going to finish off Katie in here. No worries whatsoever. And it's a flawless round for G2. So they're starting to build a bit of a bank here in the tail end of this CT side. They're currently sitting with a slew of rounds in a row, looking to close out this half strong. Here's the opening. Jack's normally the ramp player, so the indication once that frag comes in is, oh, there must be somebody else over towards ramp. It was Kenny, but Jax has also made it back over in time to get even more kills. So great stuff there. It will be another low buy. Tech9s, Kevlar, a little bit of utility. This time it won't be the yard smokes. Heading open Squeaky. Ooh, I'm not sure that's where that was meant to land.
Lol. Okay, Kenny. All right, mate, he's having a mad one. Does do a little bit of a moonwalk into Tessa's Deeg, but damage inflicted, bomb planted. If he could just get this AWP frag on Jax closing the gap, we are into competitive territory, but Jax playing the smart game. Leaving the door open is wise with a weapon like that. Cadian trying to catch Amanex rotate.
Oh, the timing on this could be massive. Really well played. He knows the seconds there too. Can't get him, but the info gets called, and Tessa's the shotgun. Pretending to be an AWP at that point. Now the 1v2. Smokes, mollies, whatever they've got, and it's Jax's gun that gets the job done.
Lauren, I have a question for you.
Okay.
And it's about our great friend Alex sitting at the end of the desk there.
Oh no.
Did he actually say lol?
Yeah, he did, and I tried not to bring it up. It's twice now he's done that.
Has he become a boomer?
LOL? It was at that moment, right?
It means lots of love, right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah. Lots of love to Kenny for shots like that. Oh no, Alex, what have you become? I'll be saying Rotful or something next. Those Rufflecopters.
You might even call them emoticons like me soon.
Oh, poggers, bro.
Poggies in the chat,
what
boys.
a poggers moment that was.
Keck W.
All right, back underway here. AWP in the hands of Katie and no Deagle this time round. And the aggression from Hunter, well, it's met by the bullet of Stown. He gets taken down. That was an easy one. I like it when you guys rhyme.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now you see what happened to me. I just did this for 6 years and now I just speak in riddles.
The Riddler, old Alex. A 3v4 though. Bit of a riddle for the CTs to try and get back into this. They're kind of pinned in. Jax doesn't have that mobility and freedom he had before. And Nico, well, he just takes Kenny out of the situation completely. Jax takes the fight, loses it. I've got to say it, Heroic as individuals are absolutely wild to watch. Nexa is low on HP now. It feels like a matter of time. I am thoroughly impressed with Heroic.
Yeah, and I'll be even more impressed if they can seriously pull off a 10-round T-side against one of the very best in the world currently on their map pick. That certainly is quite the achievement, quite the feather in their cap. I'm loving all of your art projects. It's nice to see us gamers getting a bit artistic. That's artistic. And we're into our 15th round. Let's see if they can convert into double dig. Made off the door. Aggressive outside. How aggressive is the question, Jax? He's by that smoke. It will be checked. He can hear them. He's going for some sort of...
They all just faced.
Yeah, but this flank could be powerful, Lauren.
I'm a little scared of it. The deeper smoke keeps most of them safe, but he does find Borup, catches him in the heels, and the T's are down to 4. Kenny's on the case, but look how quick they're going. They're really not stopping, so Kenny piles on through, but it's Amanek. And Aim, I feel we haven't said much, only 4 kills, and he's just got 2 of them.
Yeah, he's just doubled his scoreline at a crucial juncture in the game, and it may even have ramifications for the rest. It's only Cadian now. He can hear them. Trying to hunt down this aggressive and very mobile CT side. Jackson Hunter partnered up. If only it could have been the collateral. Now, for some reason, he's not hunted down. So much damage inflicted, but he lives on. Oh, and he's got another. Kenny fighting him with the USP. This one is going to be an embarrassing way to let it slip away if it does. Amanek fortunately stabilizes. Taking down Stown puts Cadian into a very difficult set of circumstances. Bomb's not with him. Still paranoid about the upper player. Or is he going around the world? Secret to Hunter? Oh, I'm going to scream.
Oh, this has to... Soon Hunter
It's a
knows
time
this is a
limit,
possibility.
right?
Yeah, and you can see here, he sniffed this one out. Cadian, he could be in a world of hurt here.
Timing is everything. Maybe Hunter's not checking it. Cadian, patience rewarded. He's on for the clutch with no HP, though, and Amanek could save G2. 20 seconds. He's not in the biggest rush. But Amanek's angle does see him first. That's the frag, and that's 9-6. Gosh, it's close. Gosh, this game delivers. It's only the first half of the first map of G2 Heroic. There's a lot more twists and turns, and we'll be right back.
I don't want your empathy, I just want another enemy. I'm not gonna change a thing for you. I'm over middle ground, and I really wanna burn it down. I'm not your friend, and I won't pretend I am. So don't reach out, and I mean that. I'm under siege, and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm at a fever pitch, you're at a leisurely pace. I'm unscathed, I'm unafraid. A warm welcome to the war game.
Welcome to the war game.
You're no ally of mine. Your life is a kind of lie, and I know that I won't change your mind. We have no common ground, and we're never gonna figure it out. So don't get friendly, get angry. I'll bury you down by the bar. So don't reach out, and I mean that. I'm under siege, and I need you to see that. You're on one side, I'm on another, and we will wage war upon each other. I'm no angel, you're not either. I'm out of
I am thoroughly impressed by what we're seeing from Heroic so far. My first looks at G2, they looked incredible. But then again, MIBR have kind of faded away since then. So barometer of success, I guess, we find through this game. And on the first half, a 9-6 is quite successful for Heroic.
It certainly is. GG.bet so much so that they seem to be giving the edge to Heroic in this one. The bookkeepers of ESL 1 Cologne, 2020 online, all of the other words we're supposed to say. It is USPs and armor for all 5, so they're just looking to brawl.
Same as what they did in the first half, but on the CT side, it's normally even more rare. Not even a kit in play here, so they're wanting to deny the plant, or at least the retake might be quick. Hunter lining up the Molotov.
Is he just going outside hut?
I think it's Heaven.
Amanek with some ridiculously long shots. A P250 upgrade justified. Paying for itself. Down they go, looking to get that bomb down. Next is the bomb planter, Amanek, to corral them into the lower site. Bomb down. Tessis aiming at the head, missing it, and now in support from Nexa, Jax can hunt. Needs a clean one. Last bullet, not gonna happen. And it's an upgrade for Jax for this retake. Hunter will be accessing the vents. Down. Oh, the gap. Neither of them saw each other. Nex is going to be expecting it to be clear. Does lose Cadian in the process, but it's down onto Nexa. Puts Borup in the hunt and does find it. Down to Jax, down to none. Stout and Borup, some of the youngsters really collecting and converting a crucial round of the game. That double digits is straight on the board. No kit necessary.
Just taking a look back at that Molotov for everybody playing at home. It was behind the silos in the top side to flush the CT, who might be tucked in anti-flash into the open, so that as they were dropping down the vent, there was no CT vision. Borup was actually playing on the side of the silo. He didn't get blind. The Molotov didn't push him out of position that much. So they had the early info. I don't know if that was the key to the success there for Heroic, but nonetheless, they're able to put the round on the board and go straight into the buy round here, or at least the anti-eco. A Scout, 2 M4s, an MP9, and, well, the Alligator in the hands of Borup against 5 Deagles.
Alligators scare me. Being in Florida a fair bit, people are very casual about seeing them around the place.
They're dinosaurs.
Hate it. Absolutely hate
pigeons.
it. Do you think pigeons are real?
Yes.
Not battery-powered little spy cameras?
Oh,
Yeah.
like
Conspiracy theories now.
You ever seen a baby pigeon? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, T's looking for anything they can, and ooh, they're being a little naughty.
This felt like an open invite from Amanek, didn't it?
Just like, Bob.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah. Head up, legs spread, take
Pardon?
me. Cadian picks himself up the first. Tessis is actually under a lot of threat here. And there we have it. Just the 3 remaining with those Desert Eagles. Hunter chipping away and making good work so far. Access to that warehouse. If he catches Nico, he has revealed it though. Not much further they can get after this one.
No, and you know when Alex has almost crossed the line, because he doesn't look at you anymore, he just smiles. Somewhat like Stown might be there, finding Nexa and the bomb. Gets to kind of calm it down. The Eagles seem a little less threatening. And the CTs can kind of settle in.
There's no black and white here, Lauren. It's all just grey. All right?
Humans suck at grey.
It's my favorite color. Then this one goes, it's not a color, it's a tone or a shade.
Yeah, I don't know why they always do that.
There's always
they know what
someone.
we mean.
Yeah, there's always
Pedants.
yeah. 4 alive though. Nicely done.
All right, well, the guns will come out here in the hands of the T's, also known as G2 Esports in this occasion. There'll be no need to upgrade from the Alligator, aka the auto shotgun and the MP9. They're very, very serviceable on a map like Nuke, so they can hold on to those if they would like. Cadian losing the scout there, not really the end of the world. So we can get this one underway. Just having a look at the fans there, chilling out, having a good time.
So I know yesterday we got a little bit, some not wonky results, but the question of does it apply to bigger teams? This works though, right? From Heroic, I should be excited by them.
Yes.
They've taken on big teams. They still do this. It still works. I get scared sometimes. G2's a big team. I don't know why.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
No?
take all of this as you see it. Heroic,
Cool.
the fact that they're in the grand finals of DreamHack, a lot of people starting to pay attention.
Got it.
Clearly, some there is going to be some gaps and some mistakes made at this level of at this juncture. But the fact that
It's
they're
the real
pushing,
deal.
their map pick against G2, that's all good in the hood.
I know, again, sometimes stupid questions, I'm sure, but
You and
I'm
me both,
coming back
sister.
in
You
and
me both.
I see Heroic and I'm like, do I get
Yeah,
excited?
is this am I supposed to?
Yeah.
About this
Now,
one?
if I'm going to be honest here, it's going to take probably about a month before we truly know where everybody
Right.
sits. But Heroic have been putting in the hard work, the same as what Big did towards the tail end of last season, and it's showing, right? Counter-Strike is open for everybody at this
one
point.
way. He can one-way this.
Oh, God.
He's found the angle he needs. And that should be at least one. Gets away cleanly. That's huge from Tessus.
People got so good at this. They're so good at these one-ways, these little angles. This has become, every single player seems to have it now. It's not just that, well, there's Rain outside doing dirty things, finding the... No, it's everyone.
Nuke has
a
really
fun time.
grown. Really has developed. Blave, one of the first to do it. The one-way in secret. Throwing his own smoke.
Time.
Yeah.
20 seconds here. This is super late in the day.
Bombs in warehouse.
Yeah, what's going on?
They're just going to give him enough rep to hang themselves here.
Oh, hello. Ooh, that death could cost them. That's enough time for Nexa to plant, but Bor up on the
10
side with an
seconds.
alligator. Cadian's done enough work, I think. The frag's there. Nexa shouldn't get another. He doesn't. Whew. Right by the skin of their teeth. Tessus, Cadian low. In a different universe, there's a crazy spray transfer there.
And the money's low as well. You can see here on the G2 side of things, just direct your attention to the bottom left-hand side of your screen in approximately 15 seconds time is what I meant. But here's Cadian coming up the ladder, getting it done with the MP9, and finishing things off with the AK-47.
Really interesting stat for you guys. It's happening again. Look at the scoreline, and then let me read you opening kills and multi-kill rounds. It's actually 8-7 in favor of G2 in opening kills, and it's 13-12 in multi-kills. So,
What?
yeah, this is a testament to Heroic. The way in which they're winning is not necessarily through the individual prowess. They're certainly hitting their shots, but they're finding this victory through alternative means.
God, how exciting. Oh, Jack. That's, you don't want to double dip on those,
This
do
looks
you?
dangerous.
Yeah, it does.
Grenade.
That's going to be chunky. It is. It's going to get Amanek. See if we can keep clean stuff. Oh, dearie me. G2 going to be on the guns, but that one's going to sting a little. That leaves a little bit of a mark.
They're running
See
away
that one
with
again, please. First, his nade's done great damage. You can see that slowed him. Not a chance for Amanek. Not really a chance. The flash comes in from Cadian. Kenny just getting his head blown off. And Nexa's death, well, I'd be furious. A little smile creeps onto his face. There we go. Getting the mojo flowing. That's a big victory. Not a victory.
The
Shout out to
German
my
really
boy
is
Yanko.
coming out though, isn't it? W's and V's backwards.
Okay, they need to find an opening here, G2. They're getting dictated to on this CT side. Look at Nico, though. He could be the spoiler.
But I mean, this is expected at this point, isn't it? Aggressive CT on red container. When you're walking outside, you've always got one person responsible for keeping your bottom safe. Oh, but he's going for a different angle of approach. They're even boosting. Amanek should have him. 5d4. Risk doesn't find its reward this time.
Not this time. But the response?
Ooh.
Wow. This?
Ooh.
Hello.
They keep appearing. Chad, we saw this from G2 at one point, but this is different, it feels.
Yeah, and there's going to be blood splatter on the wall there, so Jax is going to know somebody was close. But they're still going.
Oh, lordy, you don't expect the next. You do not expect the next two. What a horrible surprise.
Taste of their own medicine right back. That is cool. All right, we've had a great game here so far on Nuke. I love that they've just had the audacity to pull out the very same stack to this very same play. Just Nexa, though. Not impossible, a 1v2. Bomb loose, unfortunately, in the grasp of Stown. No smoke. He won't be able to keep Nexa at bay. It will be a duel that he's chosen to actively take if the fight happens now.
Oh, Nexa. It's a hard play to have, and Stown's got him every day of the week. And it feels like we barely got to see much of this G2T side. We're almost at 15. We're getting so
Jax.
close.
He was so not ready for
You
that
don't
corner.
expect
He's rounding it. He's looking the other side. I can't blame him. Kenny does well to just find one, but great calls. Great calls, and that definitely seemed to get the mojo continuing to flow in Heroic's direction. Update on those multi-kill rounds. Heroic have started to run away with it, as you may not be surprised. An extra 4 multi-kill rounds added to that stat. Thank you, SEO.
You can't be super frustrated with that if you are G2. Like, it's like, oh man, I can't believe they just did that. But at the same time, you're getting handily beaten across the map, almost in all of these rounds here, 14-6 being the scoreline, another timeout called. Now, this is the point where I don't think it's too likely for G2 to get back into this one, but we were talking about it the other day in one of the blowout games where you want to, as the team who is losing, get some confidence going, win 1 or 2 cheeky rounds, have your star player have a big play, get a multi-frag, maybe even go for some kind of a wild Mac 10, Tech 9, P250 utility-based rush here, because it's a half buy coming at it from G2, and they could go fast top here off of this.
Okay, thank God that you're saying top, because I wouldn't want to go anywhere near ramp after what Tessus did to us last time. Perhaps that's not the play. So let's have a little look what G2 are bringing out today. Round 21, map 1. And so far, you're on the default lobby hold. Amanek doing a bit of aggressive move. He's going to be killed by Nico, and we are into the round. Nexa flirting. Borup pushing. Looks like he could get the trade. Does so neatly. Cadian's already filled the feed, and that, my friends, is the end of the half buy from G2.
This is too easy right now for Heroic. They're prepared for everything right here. That change up in their setup, the fact that he had the AUG. You won't be seeing a huge amount of that, Lauren, but some players, you will get Apex using it in a similar position. It still has a little bit of popularity with some players on certain maps. Train is another one, maybe.
I'm sure it has angles to work with, right?
Precisely.
It's not even the scope, apparently, that they've actually made more powerful. The way they brought it back in line and are seeing a little use is by making the hip fire less unreliable. So you're basically holding a better M4 now if you're not zoomed in.
Oh, how curious. I'd have thought they'd just keep it.
Precisely, yeah.
Enough,
It's not the scope that you're buying.
Yeah, I
it
thought
for
it'd be
anymore.
the scope, right?
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, oh, maybe like a little
CG,
weird
it
pixel
makes
angle.
sense.
Yeah, no, have fun. Speaking of fun, though, Heroic are probably grinning at this one. 15-6, a commanding scoreline, and certainly going to send a message throughout Cologne for now. Amanek tries to make the cross, gets a lot of damage. So does Hunter, a fair chunk inflicted, but Kenny and Jack are still fighting this.
And they're looking so vicious. Making no secret of this rotate. Tessus will hear that. And Kenny, wow, a man possessed, it seems. Charging to take all of this control. He's making no secret about any of this. Loud, proud, large and in charge. Not gone well for Kenny. Amanek, however, a quick flick from Cadian. We're still gaming here. Borup's being handed something he can handle. And now he's already brought it down to a 1v1. Hunted by Nexa, though. And it was through the chaos that G2 convert their 7th. Is that their first T round as well? No, the pistol as well. 2nd from G2 into this half.
I don't know what to make. I'm so thoroughly surprised, and I feel like I shouldn't be, because we have seen, obviously, Heroic has come to a point where they're a very exciting team, but obviously it's that concept of you get these young players, a little bit of experience in there as well. Obviously, they're not super unheard of, but the ability of adding a really strong coach to just be the glue that bonds the whole team together, and you can just see it so readily, how good these guys are. A lot of aggression outside here, Alex.
Yeah, and I love that Cadian's come with Nico this time. Means that Silo can be... Oh, he saw him. Hunter opting for a fresh mag on the Galil before he takes that fight. Wow, a full pause called. So all Cadian needs to do is get one. Now he tucks in, waits for Nico's contact. He actually goes for the repeat. It's enough. And this aggression from Heroic, this pivot is paying dividends. Down arrives outside as well. Cadian in trouble. This could be problematic. If he's mollied into the fight, Nico's going to have to do it all. He's been found as well. This is it. G2 are turning it around, and they will not bow out of this fight.
Not yet, at least. Borup's still there.
What's he up to? Does he really want to go up? That would be a death sentence.
Hunter's thinking about it too. He is very aware that someone could have pushed in towards lobby. Someone's around. And he's right to be feeling as such, but who gets the timing right? Who gets the guess right? This is literally a guessing game of experience, knowledge, and... Oh my god, Borup is surrounded, but kind of in a good spot. No, apparently Nexa is incredible, and now Tessus.
Oh, lovely. Dreamy from Tessus. Bombs on Nexa. Vent, I don't know if it's broken. I don't have that info. Will there be a sound cue for the rotate for Nexa? No. Well, he chooses to. So now, as he stomps his way, door open, that's enough for Tessus to know, but he will remain silent so as to have the element of surprise here.
Oh my god, that corner.
Will he see the barrel if he goes wide? I think he might. Nothing. Got him! Lovely from Tessus. Wow, that was procedural. And that is the game. Big credit where it's due. The Danes have come in and taken quite the scalp in this series. It's 16-7, the final result. We'll take a quick one, and when we come back, we'll break